Okay. Social media. How important has it been for you in regards to marketing your brand? And describe to the people that don't know, what is the Amiyah Scott brand?
Right. Social media has been like a major platform, you know what I mean, kind of for me, because that's how I stumbled across my brand. And the reason why I say stumbled across my brand is because, don't get me wrong, we all want to be famous and superstars when we're little, but to actually kind of, you know what I mean, kind of grow and have goals and to realize kind of what I want. Like the fame is just a plus. Like I want the fortune. So don't get me wrong, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, like I'm appreciative of all the attention that I get, but when I wake up, it's not like, oh, am I famous today? It's like, bitch, am I rich yet? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I totally get it. Do you think a lot of people get it kind of effed up where they feel like just because they got 900,000 followers and all that, they are the shit, but they ain't got no money?
I mean, like, it's to each his own. Like, I don't know where I heard it, but I heard someone say that the most, like, the richest people in the world, like the top names on Forbes, and aren't people who are popular. Like, you don't have to be popular to be rich. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know, I get it.
It's just, again, fame is nice. Like, attention is nice. Like, I got a lot of attention when I was growing up. Like, I'm an only child, so it's not, I don't need attention. Like, I like it. Like, I'm accustomed to it, but it's not something that I'm kind of hungry for. Like, I want the money. Like, I want to be able to tell my dad, to quit his job and to be able to tell my mom that I got it. Like, you know what I mean? I just want to take care of myself and to take care of my family and to take burdens off of my parents' back. Like, that's my main concern.
Okay, and real quick, what is the Amiyah Scott brand? What is it?
It's a brand. How would I explain it? Because it's complex. Like, it's a brand, to me, it's a brand that is so diverse that it reaches so many different people. Like, I think that I have a connecting point with such a diverse kind of span of people, because you can be the girl who can be a tad bit insecure, and then you can also be the girl who could be the most confident person in the world, like the prom queen. Like, I think that people kind of can relate to me on different levels because my struggle is so, I don't know, kind of diverse. Like, I know how it is to be different or to deal with issues or to have to kind of figure out who you are, or it's just, I think that people kind of relate to me because I prove to them that you can be what you want to be. And I'm not trying to say it in that kind of reading rainbow type of way, like you can be anything, but you really fucking can. Like, I'm sitting here in front of you right now showing you that you can be anything that you want to be, in a sense, because of all the things that they say are possible or that may be impossible. I mean, I would assume that successfully changing genders and being accepted in the world 10, 20 years ago, I mean, fuck, like even today still would seem impossible, but I'm doing it.
So let's backtrack a little bit, because you mentioned your mom and dad.
Right.
Obviously, the way you talk about them, I can hear the love, feel the love. So let's kind of backtrack. Describe, kind of the beginning for you, like.
It's crazy because I wouldn't say that I had a behavior problem at all. Like, I was a good child. Like, my mom would always say that I was a good baby, I was a good child, but I was always very outspoken. Like, you really didn't tell me what to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and not in a sense to my parents, but just in life, period. Like, I would always have, like, straight A's, and then my behavior would kind of be like, but I don't know, like, most intelligent kids, I guess, are, you know what I mean, kind of mischievous, kind of too smart for my own good, but I was very headstrong. So when I wanted to do something, I wanted to do it. Like, I went and got my body done when I was like 15 years old.
Okay.
So
when you say you got your body done, for the viewers that don't know, what do you mean?
I actually had silicone injections. It wasn't anything major. It is something, I mean, kind of touching bases on that. I would not suggest that people get that. And I mean, like, I'm just going to go on the table and say that. And I have it. So it's not me. It's just kind of take my word for it. Like, it's in the new day and age now, like, we have so many other alternatives. And had I had the knowledge that I have now, I would have made a few other choices. It's not bad in a sense because again, like I can talk about it freely because I'm sitting here with it, but at that time I just wanted it so bad and I thought that it was just going to help me and set me on my way, and I did it. But I go into saying that because I mean, kind of like what 15-year-old would do that, and then to wake up in the morning and to go sit at the table with some little shorts on, like, hey, good morning, and my dad is like, what the fuck? And it was just my way. Like, I think that I just kind of got to the point where instead of just kind of saying what I wanted to do, I just kind of showed them in a sense.
When you look back, but would you say that you're one of the lucky ones? Because
yes,
because
I am. I am so blessed. Like, even though my dad and I kind of struggled, at the same time to have a father who still kind of didn't give up on me completely. My father and I didn't speak for 3 years. Hurricane Katrina hit. I believe I was 17. I moved to Atlanta.
That's 2005, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved to Atlanta and I stayed there. Like I like evacuated with my family, but after like a week or two of that, because I was right in the midst of, we kind of call it like the funny stage, because it's when you kind of want to transition, but then you're kind of unsure. So it's like you're kind of feminine, but then you kind of have on some, it's just weird. So it's like the funny stage. But I was there and my family was really critical, and I just knew that I had to do something. So I decided to stay in Atlanta. But just kind of what I was saying is that, like, my father and I didn't speak for 3 years. For 3 years. Like, I think it may have been like a high and by maybe because my mom kind of forced us. But we're both Capricorn, so we're both so very strong-willed and just kind of set in our ways, and we didn't speak. But the silver lining is that we spoke because when I was 20, I got my breast implants done, and I was living with my boyfriend in Atlanta, and my dad and my mom and my dog kind of drove up to see me for the first time. So I don't know, like, it was like a really like emotional time, but I was just so happy that he finally came around, because in my mind, like, when I made my decision to transition, I basically told my parents that this is what I was going to do, and if in fact they still wanted to be involved in my life, that of course that I wanted them to or whatever, but it wasn't a decision that I was going to go back on.
This is what it is.
Yeah, like, it is what it is.
Question, because I know a lot of trans have different definitions. Did you ever define or classify yourself as gay?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I mean, because it's crazy, because the reason why I'm so comfortable with my transition and talking about myself and my former life is just because it happened. Like, I can't sit here and act like Amiyah just kind of popped out of thin air at like 17. Like, I lived a life before that. Like, I may change the pronoun around when explaining it or talking about it, but it's still, in fact, it happened. So, I don't know, like, and then it's kind of great memories, like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like student council president, and I was on the homecoming court, and I had pretty girlfriends, and I mean, it happened. So for me kind of transitioning, like, it was like kind of baby steps, like, you're gay or you're bi, I guess, first, and then you go from bi to being gay, or just, I don't know, kind of labels are just like fuck labels, like, you know what I mean?
I gotta ask you something, because it irritates me when I see people do it, and you're the one that I think can do it. You have posted several times, like, your former self and your present.
Right.
Does it annoy you when you see, I mean, listen, when you see so many people that do that, and then you really look at them and you're like, well, damn, I really can't see much of it. If anything, I kind of get it. Listen, I'm just being honest. This is me, so the viewers, this is me. This is not you. I'm just asking, like, I see a lot of them do it because you did it to me first. It's inspiring, but I just don't feel a lot of people should do it.
I don't.
Listen, this is coming from Caesar, so I'm just being honest.
So who am I to say what someone can or cannot do? If they want to post a church, y'all cut nothing.
Have you? Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen one you was like, you shouldn't have done that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. Like,
got you.
We all didn't go through, we all weren't. I'm trying to really say the right thing.
We'll move on to the next question. So, So after you said you got your implants, it was, I guess, I had to be like a awakening experience for your father, because he realized then it was real.
Yeah, like it's real. And he and my mom drove out to see me. So think about me being 20. I'm staying in like a little apartment with my boyfriend and our dog and my mom and dad. Like I told my mom, like me and my mom stayed in contact throughout the whole time. Like that's my best friend. And I told her that I actually asked my parents to buy my breast implant. They said no, but I still tried. So I think she knew kind of what was happening. So probably for the next like few months or so after, I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. And so when I finally got the money and I made the arrangements and bought my tickets and things like that, like my mom was just shocked, because it kind of like it was really happening. Like it's not saying the breasts kind of make you a woman, but when your parents think that it's a phase and it's actually like an important kind of life choice that you're making, I just think that it kind of just kind of registered to them how serious it was. My mom wanted to make sure I was okay, and she came out, and it was such a beautiful moment. Like it was really, really such a nice moment to be there with my mom and then my boyfriend and my dad, and just, I mean, like I could see in his eyes, though he may not have said it. Well, he did kind of say it. I don't know, but it was just beautiful. Like my dad was proud of me, and I just felt like I was like the fish I was supposed to be.
And real quick, do you think when your dad look at you now, he's like, my daughter's a bad bitch?
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like he has said it at times. Like my dad, because I'm my mother's only child, but my dad has a few, like I have a few, what would they be, half sisters? Yeah, like I have some half sisters, but yeah, like my dad says that I'm beautiful. Like it's just amazing. Like it's amazing. Like my mom and I were actually leaving out. Well, me, my mom, and my dad were leaving out